2025 fashion trends, the only four you need, and how to implement them into your wardrobe. But first, hi, I'm Irene, your new self-declared fashion bestie, and I focus on everything from the hot new trends to finding your personal style, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that you wear what you're gonna wear and that you do it with confidence. So if you're interested in joining in on the journey, think of subscribing down below, because today we have ourselves a fun one. We are talking about the 2025 fashion trends, themes, aesthetics, insert descriptive word. And I've been thinking long and hard about it. I've really contemplated, I've pondered, and I've picked four different themes buckets that I feel will perfectly sum up what we're gonna see for 2025 this year. Let's jump on into it. Okay, so our first theme is the color revival. Now, for some folks who saw Quiet Luxury last year and said, please stop where you are, this is not news to them. But for the rest of us who really love a neutral, who will wear black and beige all day if they can, guilty as charged, the time has come to add color. We are bringing back in the color. We are adding in fun again. And that's what I felt this year's runways had, which was a lot of fun. It was a lot of different color pieces. It's a lot of different styling. But in this sense, I'm really focusing in on the four hot trending colors that I saw for the most part throughout the runway. And they sort of group a little bit differently, but with my favorite one, it is the plum color. It is this deep purple. It looks like the Kool-Aid man came and drenched everything. But I think it's a nice, fun twist. We really haven't seen this color, like this eggplant, this grape, this juicy grape color come around, and I think it's gonna be everywhere. I think we're gonna see it in everything from shirts to jackets to full piece, two-piece suits, and it's my favorite. Accessories, shoes, you name it, it's gonna be there. Very excited for this color. And I think it also matches really well with another set of colors, and I refer to them as like the midnight, the inky kind of colors. So like think of a very deep Bordeaux, a very deep navy, that at least the navy could almost be mistaken for black depending on how you look at it. The runway looks that I saw with these items have honestly been fabulous. We've seen it in jackets. I've seen the deep navy come into dresses, which I think makes it very wearable for like your everyday, if you're going to be a wedding guest or something like that. Just perfect. Very chic, very different. And it's not black. I love wearing black, but I think it's time to let the color take a rest, take a back seat, and add in some of these new fun colors. Speaking of fun colors, I have to give credit to the light pink, the light yellow, and that martini olive color. All of these are, for me, in like a similar aesthetic. The light yellow we saw everywhere last year. It was really sort of picking up steam. Now I think it's gonna be full force. And what's great about it being full force is that now all of the other, your more affordable brands, they've all taken this color and you're gonna see it in so many different ways, which then adds to the many different ways that you can add it to your wardrobe. I'm interested in maybe getting like a light yellow, like a blazer or a pair of pants. I think that would be really nice with a white t-shirt. That's kind of like one of my outfit go-tos, a wide leg trouser with a white t-shirt. So a light yellow would be perfect for the spring, summer. Same thing with the light pink. I don't wear pink as much. I have like one or two pieces. Those two pieces may be enough for me. I don't know if I'd be adding in more. But what I thought was really interesting, especially with this year's men's Louis Vuitton runway, I believe, I'll have to double check, but I believe there was a lot of light pink bags and different pieces and accessories. So again, light pinks will be everywhere and very easy to add into your closet because it's a nice kind of pastel pink. Same thing with that martini olive, definitely moving out and away from like that deep sage or like a hunter green. And we're sticking with this very nice sort of a neutral tone green. I've seen it in shoes. I've seen it in bags, Gucci in particular with the suede hobo. That's a nice bag. That's a beautiful bag. It might need to be on my wish list. I don't know. We'll have to see. I have too many items on the wish list. I have too many items. But these are my four favorite colors, and I think we're going to see them everywhere. Pick and choose your colors as you wish. Moving into the next theme, we've got what I refer to as the romantic edge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've thought long and hard about that name. And what that means exactly is that we're seeing a lot of dresses, tops, blouses that have this very airiness to it. I think Chloe's a great example of it. I mean, Chloe is definitely going to be the brand of the year. Their pieces are everywhere. And there's sort of like a sheerness, there's sort of a delicateness to it. And what I think is going to be fun for folks to add to their wardrobe and to sort of play around with is adding a little bit of edge to it. So adding in a couple of pieces that just you wouldn't necessarily think, oh, this goes with like this flowy dress. You're adding in like a leather bomber jacket, or you're adding in some type of leather pants, or you're adding in pants in general. I could totally see somebody wearing like a very sort of flowy top, and then they've got like these beautiful straight leg jeans or straight leg trousers that sort of cut off at the ankle or that go away all the way down to the floor. And I think that sort of creates people to like be like, oh, what is she got there? What is she pulling on right there? I think that is so much more interesting and adds a level of texture. So I highly suggest, and I know that I highly suggest that folks take a look and they figure out what we have, you know, what you already have in your closet and what sort of can take this very frilly look, which might not be your style. It's not my style in particular. I do have one dress, quite literally one dress, that has that sort of loose flow to it. And for me, it reminds me of like a very Chloe style-esque dress. And when I think about wearing it, I think in the future, I'm going to think about how can I pair this with a pair of jeans that feel like me? Or how can I pair this with the jacket? Or maybe add in some extra accessories that you wouldn't necessarily think goes with that item. And I think that's really going to be like the chef's kiss. So for the next theme, I've gone ahead with the tailored take. So what we saw in the last couple of years are these very oversized boxy blazers, very oversized pants. I mean, people were just swimming in cloth. So, I mean, you're paying extra money for clothes that don't even fit you. That's essentially what that style was like. And what I've seen in this last runway, in the last 2 years in particular, is a more fitted type of style, a more fitted type of look from not only just your suits, but also to, you know, the jackets and, you know, pants. And when I mean fitted, I do not mean tight. I do not mean Dominican party promoter, okay? I love those guys. But we're not talking about that level of tight. We're talking about getting things a little bit closer to the body, but what I've noticed is that they still have shoulder pads. And the shoulder pads for most people, especially if you have sad shoulders, that's up to you to decide. That's a self-awareness thing. If you have sad shoulders, you add in a shoulder pad, and now the waist is coming in, we're going back out, and then your trouser is falling nice. It's falling a little bit wide, maybe a little bit more straight, doesn't necessarily matter, but that look, I've seen it everywhere. Oh, I've seen folks wear this in like a nice white suit. I think YSL, this might be my favorite collection by them, because watching all of these beautiful, like these masculine suits, something that you would traditionally think of as very masculine, between the styling to the colors to the accessories they had with them, to giving this very feminine edge. And I think that is all owned up to tailoring. Does this mean you need to buy the YSL suit? If you have it, let me know. But for everybody else, if you already have maybe an oversized suit because, you know, you love the trend from before, but you're like, this isn't me anymore, take your clothes to get tailored. I know many folks think that tailoring can be a waste of money or it might not be worth it. And I think that's up to you to decide versus, you know, how much did you pay for the item? How much is the tailor going to cost? That's a different estimation. But for the most part, the clothes that are coming out from Zara and Mango and everywhere else, they're not necessarily meant to fit you, and they won't fit you, especially for us ladies who are a little bit thicker, for us folks who have a little bit more to carry than others. These items do not fit us perfectly, and they never will. And sometimes it's up to us to take them to get tailored. I normally go to like the Nordstrom tailoring For me, it's cost pretty similar to anywhere else around here in the city because I'm not walking too far to do stuff. So for me, that's always been worth my investment. But I really encourage folks to take a look at what you have. I've tailored jackets, I've tailored blazers, suits, you name it, I've taken it. And it really makes such a big difference to the point where people like, for my last favorite theme, it's gonna be functional fashion. Now, my main interpretation of this is taking like these athletic pieces, traditional athletic pieces, everything from maybe a tracksuit to taking the track jacket and adding it with a pair of trousers, or better yet, playing off of, I think Willie Chaviera does this super well. I'm such a big fan of him in the last year. My eyes are open. I need a piece. He's done a collaboration with Adidas, and you could see that there's these two matching pieces. He's got these jackets that have interesting, like this track jacket with interesting shoulders. I could see that being worn with a very loose trouser. I think we're gonna see is sort of that move of taking maybe more functional pieces. I think Carhartt is a great example. We've seen a lot of collaborations with Carhartt. A lot of folks are wearing their pants because they're durable and you're getting your cost per wear. Same thing with barn jackets. They're warm. They have a little bit more of, a stylish take to them, and people are pairing them with different pieces. So for me personally, I'm excited to get maybe like a certain type of track jacket or a track pant that's more of a wide leg, nothing tight. I need something that goes out to the side a bit. And pairing that with either like a heel or maybe a very cool sneaker, but then putting the jacket, like maybe wearing a wool coat with it, or maybe adding like a really cool trench coat with it. I think that sort of takes it from, I'm working out, to, oh yeah, like this is my everyday wear, very casual, very cool, very chic. I think that's also gonna be super hot and trending this year. So that's it for my 2025 fashion trends predictions. Let me know what spoke to you. Let me know how you plan to add in some trends to your wardrobe and what it is that you're tracking, because Ink Ring minds want to know. Until next time, bye.